Hello everybody and welcome back to Hermitcraft. Last time we started on the Labyrinth, and a lot of you left some feedback last time about the difficulty of this parkour course in the first section of the Labyrinth, and so I've went through and changed some things up. There are no longer any levers to change things as you go through the rest of the maze. Instead, we've locked everything in place with redstone blocks and also just gotten rid of some levers and stuff, so things are now much easier. There's areas where, these trapdoors are out. And yeah, that makes a lot of the jumps significantly easier than before. So I think now pretty much anybody should be able to get this. Even those who don't sprint by using control. People still double tap to sprint on Hermitcraft. So I think now this will be much more enjoyable. This is not meant to be a hard thing. And I might have made it too difficult previously. But I think now people should be able to get it after a few times, right? So, yeah, thank you guys for the feedback on that. Today, what we're going to be doing, I put on my armor here, we're going to be working on the other sections of the Labyrinth. So, over here is the next section. This is where we ended level 1, right there. And this is going into level 2. And this section, I'm thinking on this section we want to have some type of, key retrieval, perhaps. So I put a sign down here. Maybe it could be, this is where you get the key, right here. Or maybe there could be two keys. There's a key on this side somewhere that unlocks the area over here. And then you have to get another key to unlock the section here, which I think we might have a quiz section. Could be kind of fun, like a Minecraft trivia section that you have to snake through. That could be kind of cool to get to the third section, and then I've marked out some stuff for this third section as well, and some other stuff in this section as well here too. So, anyways, we're going to get working on this next section of the Labyrinth, and I'll be right back. Alright everyone, we got the second section of the Labyrinth coming together now. It looks like this, without the walls being built up yet. So we have some keys in some chests, which open some doors, and then we have another chest on the other side here, which opens another door. So if I just come over here and grab one of these knowledgeable keys, we can make our way through to the brand new section we've started here. And so we just dump the key in here, we walk through, and after a short delay, the door will close behind us. We did have to change that up because there were some issues with the pressure plate controlling both doors. So yeah, basically this leads us to the new section of the Labyrinth here, and this is the quiz section. Now, this quiz section is going to have about a dozen questions. I think it's going to be mostly Minecraft trivia questions. Might also be some, ridiculous questions, like which mob is best mob? Something like that, which is, you could have it be whatever you want it to be, the answer. But some questions will be, real questions. For instance, this is an example question. How many strongholds generate per Minecraft world? Is it 256, 3, 64, or 128? And you see we've made these little areas here where you can crouch through, and this is how you basically select the answer. You can, let's say you said it was 3, which it's not. It's 128 per world, but let's say you thought it was 3 because that's what it used to be. You'd shift through here, and then you got to press forward to, basically select your answer. And you see we fell through the floor because this is all powdered snow, and all these have powdered snow underneath here, so you can't see what the correct answer is from beneath, and if you got it wrong, you will end up right back where you just were until you actually select the correct answer, which of course is 128. So you shift through, press forward, and we made it through. And so that's how it works, and then the next question will be here, and so on and so forth. So that's basically how this thing is going to work. Kind of an interesting little thing we made here with these, to select the questions. So instead of using an iron door or something, we're just using powdered snow. Which I think is nice, and we need 4 powdered snow here for each one of these. So we're actually a little bit low on powdered snow at the moment because we actually ran out of stuff here. So yeah, we need to go get some more powdered snow to complete this project, but other than that, I think it's mostly now just finishing up the decoration, building up the walls with these deep slate tiles like this. Gonna make them, I think, the same as this, 5.5 blocks tall, and then this section will be complete. Alright guys, so a bit of a problem which I did not consider. Whenever it rains on the server, we have snow here in this obviously snowy biome, and it has done so and covered up the entire maze. And it also, I think probably, yeah, it covers random spots in here. So we're probably going to have to just block off the top of this so that this doesn't happen, because I kind of don't want my whole maze covered in snow, although it kind of also makes sense a little bit, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We do have to clear all the snow from the other part. This way, I think. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Am I lost in my own maze? Please. Okay, we're good. But yeah, we do have to get rid of this because I can't see where the deep slate's supposed to go. Like, we got to place this stuff down, but I can't see exactly where it's supposed to go. So we got to clear all this snow, unfortunately. Yeah, dang rain and snow coming and ruining the day. Jeez. So a little bit of insight as I build up this second section of the labyrinth to what I'm thinking here. So you'll notice that this has a pretty extensive maze section, which the player just came out of. But this maze in the second section has a little bit more of a challenge to it, a little bit more of an obstacle, in that you have to retrieve a key, actually 2 keys, one from the left side and one from the right side, to get to the trivia section. So we're sort of transitioning the player out of the maze mindset into the obstacle mindset by sort of having a combination maze obstacle with the key retrieval. Then we hit them with the trivia, so we get their brain thinking, right? Anytime you start Hermit's thinking, you know, crazy stuff happens, so we'll see how that section goes, but this section is sort of the transition between the pure maze and the obstacle-driven sections that are going to be the next areas of the labyrinth. So just wanted to give you guys a bit of insight into that, and let's see how it turns out. And just like that, we've now nearly doubled the size of our labyrinth. You can see it's getting pretty big now, actually. That's kind of a big scale we're operating at now. And yeah, we basically got everything, all the walls built up, and we also put a roof over where the, if we just break this here real quick, over the questions are right there. I'm not going to show the questions because I want to have people, you know, experience it for the first time whenever they play through the labyrinth, but I would be surprised if people actually got all the questions right the first time. And we also, let's see if I can find the right area. Yeah, right here. We have a little area here where people can put down like how many questions they got right the first time. Because, yeah, I decided to make it a little bit on the tougher side just because, yeah, you have infinite chances to get the question right. So if you don't know the answer, yeah, you'll basically get it eventually through process of elimination. So yeah, this area is now done. This section of the labyrinth is complete. We're now moving on to the third section, which is going to be very exciting because this is going to be a section where we have some slime block jumps and maybe some turns in there as well. Some bunnies here as well. We got to clear them out of the area. I've been trying to preserve the bunnies for a while now. And also, I think we're going to have some type of underwater swim section here. I actually already have added a conduit. If I get underground, you can see right over here the conduit operating nicely. So we should have, you know, infinite underwater breathing here, which will be nice. But there's a lot of water underneath here, a lot of space to expand and make maybe an underwater maze of some type through this third section of the labyrinth. And now I am trapped underwater. Oh, here we go. We're good. Hopefully this doesn't freeze. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. See if we can't fly out. There we go. Okay, we made it. Woo! Alright, so, third section of the labyrinth. Let's do it. Alright, everybody. Third section of the labyrinth is complete. Let's take a look. And you can see here that we start off over here where you come out of the second section of the labyrinth near the quiz section. And then basically you end up seeing this. And of course you have slime blocks here and, oh, what do you know? A place to jump from. So you come up here and you do just that. You jump off and hopefully, yep, make it like this. And then there's other unique jumps and things that you have to make throughout the rest of the area. And basically, it's basically like a small slime block jump section that you have to make it through. There's some more advanced jumps, like this one is a pretty advanced jump. So for instance, if I jump here, oh, and I missed it. Yep, but basically you have to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive bounces here to make it through. Let's see if I can pull it off here. Hopefully I can. It's really not too hard, but yeah, I'm sure people will struggle on it because you have to have some element of control here over your person, over your character. See, there's 4, there's 5. I'm not going to make it. Oh, I made it. Let's go. Haha. And then there's more still to come after this. So this one's a little bit trickier too. You have to sort of manipulate your character around here and then to here and then over. You get the idea. And so, yeah, there's a bunch of different jumps. This one utilizes the same jump pad twice. And then you go to this and you go here. And my personal favorite jump, I think, is this one here. This one is also the easiest one. You just jump off. You just hold forward and you just cruise over all these things here. It's kind of a nice little fun thing to do. And of course, if you miss, you have to go up and do it again. But I don't think most people will miss that one. However, then you have the underwater maze section. So, you know, you have your respawn point here. And this is just straight up a process of elimination to make it to where you need to go. And you're not going to have, you know, respiration 3 or anything like that. I thought about maybe giving people water breathing, but I think that would make it too easy. So I'm just going to do a process of elimination. This section is going to be very hard. I expect people to really struggle on this section. Like, this is not going to be an easy section, but if you do make it through, you can make it to these checkpoint areas, these little rooms down here underneath the ice, of course, where now you can breathe and take a break and set your spawns. This is sort of like a checkpoint area. And there's 3 of these throughout the maze. This is the first one. But then you keep going, and eventually you end up... We go back here. We're going to try and retrace our steps. Hopefully we don't get lost. I think we go this way, and then out here, maybe? We might actually legit be lost here. Like I said, this is going to be a tough section for people. And I think... Okay, I think we're on the right track now. We come out here. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, yeah, that's going to be a very tough section, very difficult section. Going to take people a long time to get through. But hopefully they eventually make their way to the 4th section, which is going to start out here. Now, after this maze section, I think people are going to be mostly done with mazes. So, of course, we're going to immediately hit them with another small maze. But it's not going to be very big. It's going to be just this section here to this point. At which point, I'm thinking on this section we want something fun. So I'm thinking a... how do I put this? A magma soul sand swim, basically. So, yeah, effectively what we're going to have here is we're going to have a combination of magma blocks and soul sand bubble columns, like right next to each other. And you have to sort of navigate your way through. There might also be some dripstone. You can jump from one dripstone to the other to go a little quicker. But otherwise, it's just going to be like you bobbing up and down here a little bit as you make your way through this. We might have like a little display of something here, like maybe a little, I don't know, maybe a little volcano or something that's interesting. So, yeah. Basically, just going to be a breather after the long water maze is what it's going to be. Then we'll have another mini maze right here, leading to the trials by fire and ice. So we're going to have a trial by fire on this side, trial by ice on this side. And what it's going to be is, I think you're going to have to choose one way to go, either by fire or by ice, and you can't go back. So I think the fire section is, like I said, going to have fire, maybe some lava, but it's going to be generally the easier section. Whereas the ice section is going to be straightforward jumps, but with ice parkour, basically. And it's going to maybe have some snow, like packed snow you can get caught in, stuff like that. So that should be fun. Might also make it so that you have to use like powdered snow mechanics in some way, but that could also fail, so I'm not really sure. We're just kind of winging this right now. But basically, each trial goes off in its separate area. You do whatever, like parkour or whatever is needed here to make it through, and then they all come back together here at the end of the 4th section leading to the 5th section over here. So that's the plan for this. Let's make it happen. Alright guys, so a big amount of work has been put into this 4th section of the maze now, and of course it starts off, as I said, with another maze that the player is confronted with. So that's amazing. See what I did there? Okay, that's enough. Anyways, let's get over here. So once you make your way through this portion of the maze, there's actually 2 separate mazes here. But yeah, you make your way over here to basically what I'm going to call the Lake of Eternal Turmoil, because this lake cannot freeze and it cannot be obsidianized either, because every single block is a bubble column that goes up or a bubble column that goes down. And so you can try and, you know, swim over here, and you're going up and you're going down and you're going every which way. And yeah, depending on how you swim this, you probably want to get over to this island with this little mountain on here. We also have a nice window to look inside of here. And then there's a little parkour, see if I can do it, that basically will help you to get over to the next section of the maze. There we go. Pretty straightforward. But if you didn't want to do this little thing and you didn't want to do another maze, there's actually a secret somewhere in the vicinity. I wonder where it could be. So anyways, once you get to the end of the maze or take the shortcut, basically you end up with a area here where you decide to take a trial by fire or a trial by ice. And so then you have like a little parkour section to do. So let's say we decide to go by ice. So we do this little ice parkour here, which has some tough jumps, but most of the jumps are pretty straightforward. There's not really a whole lot to it. And then basically you make your way. Right, you don't want to fall into powdered snow either if you do fail, because there are some spots like here, for instance, you can accidentally walk into powdered snow. Meant to not really kill, but just give you a little scare. So let's try this one more time, see if we can make it this time. So if we make it up here, we make it up here. And we'll probably change this so like there's some spots where you can like cheese jumps. Like here you can jump from here to here. But I also kind of like that you can cheese it because, yeah, makes it a little bit more interesting. There we go. We made it. Let's go. And then here, here, here. Right. So then if you make it through all that, it turns out your trial, whether you picked fire or ice, is actually a trial by fire and ice. So you can see the ice side has a lava component where you now have to walk over a whole row of candles. So if I just jump over like this, you can see it's kind of a bit nerve-wracking here, to be honest with you. But if you fall, you die instantly. Whereas if you took the fire by ice, it's a little bit more dangerous in the parkour section, but you can make your way out. If I get on my wings, like let's say you did this parkour instead, right? You can make your way out if you fall down, because we're going to have just powdered snow. And so obviously powdered snow, you know, it may take you a bit of time to like move through this area, but we're going to have a ladder here, and you don't really take too much, you know, freezing damage. So you got a chance to make it out without dying, which is important because if you do die, okay, this is actually bad for us. Yep, let's just put our armor back on. We gotta get out of here. If you do die, you actually have to go back and redo the entirety of the parkour. So that's kind of wild. All right, I actually did not have a bucket here in case I fell in. So let me just quickly craft one. Gonna remove this, jump out, and put it back in. And there are some areas where there's regular snow throughout this area, but not too many. So yeah, you don't have to go back and do the parkour again, unlike the other one where you do. So that's kind of cool. And then you can see this whole candle pathway, which we're probably going to light the candles all on fire. I still have to do that still, but this is going to lead all the way over to the same room from both sides, depending on which path you take. So yeah, kind of a cool fourth section of the labyrinth, which will then lead into the fifth section, which will come at a later point. So ladies and gentlemen, with that, I'm going to call it an episode for today. Got massive progress today on our labyrinth, and yeah, more to come in the future. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe as well if you want to see more videos from me. But until next time, thanks for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye.